It was a bright Tuesday morning, and Alex was sitting in his small apartment. He had just finished his breakfast, a slice of toast and a cup of tea, and was now staring at his laptop. The screen was blank because he didn't know where to start. Alex had been unemployed for a few weeks, and it was time to start looking for a job. "I can't keep waiting for the perfect opportunity," Alex said to himself. "I need to take action." He opened his laptop and searched how to find a job. Hundreds of articles and websites popped up. There were tips about writing resumes, preparing for interviews, and finding the right job. It felt overwhelming, but Alex knew he had to start somewhere. He clicked on one article titled "Top 5 Steps to Begin Your Job Search" and started reading. The first step was clear: update your resume. Alex remembered that his resume hadn't been touched in over a year. It was time for an upgrade. He opened a blank document and began typing. He added his most recent job, his skills, and his achievements. He spent almost an hour trying to make it look professional. When he finished, he felt proud. "Not bad," he said, looking at his work. The next step was job searching. Alex typed "marketing jobs near me" into the search engine. He loved working in marketing because it was creative and exciting, but he hadn't worked in the field for long. "Let's see what's out there," he thought. The results showed hundreds of jobs, but many of them asked for years of experience or specific skills that Alex didn't have yet. He felt discouraged for a moment, but reminded himself, "There's something for everyone. I just need to keep looking." After about 30 minutes of scrolling, Alex found a job title that caught his eye: Marketing Assistant, Remote Position. He clicked on the job description and started reading. It sounded like a perfect fit. The company wanted someone who was eager to learn, creative, and good at communication. "That's me," Alex said with excitement. He bookmarked the job and decided to apply later after reviewing his resume again. By the time Alex looked at the clock, it was already 11 a.m. He had spent the entire morning on his laptop, but it felt productive. He had taken the first step, and that made him feel proud. "Okay," he said to himself, "one step at a time. I'll apply for this job later today and keep looking for more opportunities." As Alex stood up to stretch, he smiled. The journey was just beginning, but he felt motivated to keep going. After a short break, Alex returned to his laptop, ready to apply for the job he had bookmarked earlier. He opened the job listing again and read through the description carefully. The company wanted someone with strong communication skills, basic knowledge of marketing tools, and a positive attitude. Alex smiled. "I think I can do this," he thought. But before clicking apply, he knew he needed to write a strong cover letter. He opened a new document and stared at the blank page. "How do I even start?" he asked himself. He decided to search online for examples of cover letters. After reading a few, he realized the key was to show enthusiasm and explain why he was a good fit for the role. Alex began typing. "Dear hiring manager, I'm excited to apply for the marketing assistant position at your company." He wrote about his passion for marketing and his ability to think creatively. He mentioned a small project he had worked on during his previous job, a campaign that increased social media engagement for a local brand. It wasn't a huge achievement, but it showed that he had real experience. "They'll like that," Alex thought. After finishing the letter, Alex read it aloud to himself. It sounded professional, but not too formal. He made a few changes to fix small mistakes and then saved the document. "One step closer," he said with a nod. Next, Alex went back to his resume. Even though he had updated it earlier, he wanted to make sure it matched the job requirements. He added a few skills the company had listed, like social media management and content creation, because he had experience with both. He also double-checked for typos. First impressions matter, he reminded himself. Finally, it was time to apply. Alex clicked on the Apply Now button and uploaded his resume and cover letter. He filled out a short form with his details, name, email, and phone number. When he reached the final step, he hesitated for a moment. His hand hovered over the Submit button. What if I'm not good enough? He thought. Doubts started creeping into his mind. He worried that his experience might not be enough, or that someone else would be a better candidate. But then he remembered something his friend told him. You miss 100% of the chances you don't take. With a deep breath, Alex clicked Submit. A message popped up. Thank you for your application. He felt a mix of relief and excitement. It's done, he said with a smile. Now I wait. For the rest of the afternoon, Alex searched for more job opportunities. He found a few that looked interesting and added them to his list. But no matter what happened, he was proud of himself for taking the first big step. Applying for a job wasn't easy, but it was the start of something new. The next morning, Alex woke up feeling both excited and anxious. He had submitted his first job application, but now the hard part began, waiting for a response. He made himself a cup of coffee and sat at the kitchen table, staring at his phone. What if they don't reply, he thought. What if I made a mistake in my application? He quickly shook off the negative thoughts and reminded himself, it's normal. These things take time. I need to stay positive. To keep himself busy, Alex decided to search for more job opportunities. He opened his laptop and returned to the job portal he had used the day before. This time he tried searching for different roles. He typed in keywords like content writer and social media coordinator. New jobs popped up, and Alex began scrolling through the list. After an hour of searching, he found 2 more positions that caught his attention. One was for a content marketing intern at a creative agency, and the other was a social media coordinator for a startup company. Both sounded exciting, but Alex knew he needed to adapt his resume and cover letter for each one. He spent the rest of the morning customizing his applications. For the content marketing job, he highlighted his writing skills and shared examples of blogs he had written in his free time. For the social media role, he focused on his experience managing Instagram and Facebook pages for a local business during his last job. By lunchtime, Alex had submitted both applications. He felt proud of himself for staying productive, but the waiting was still hard. What if I don't hear back from any of these jobs? He wondered. He started doubting himself again, but then he remembered what his friend Mia had told him. You have to be patient. Not every application will get a reply, but eventually, something will work out. To distract himself, Alex decided to go for a walk. He put on his headphones and listened to his favorite playlist while walking through the park near his apartment. The fresh air and sunshine helped clear his mind. I've done everything I can, he thought. Now it's out of my hands. When Alex returned home, he checked his email. There were no replies yet, but he didn't feel as nervous anymore. He knew that finding the right job was a process, and he was ready to keep working toward his goal. As the evening approached, Alex sat down with a notebook and made a plan for the next few days. He wrote down tasks like search for 3 more jobs, practice interview questions, and update LinkedIn profile. He knew that staying organized would help him stay focused and positive. By the end of the day, Alex felt more confident. "I'm doing my best," he said to himself. "That's all I can do for now." A few days later, Alex woke up to the sound of his phone buzzing. He grabbed it quickly, thinking it might be a response from one of the jobs he had applied for. Sure enough, it was an email from the company he had applied to first, the marketing assistant position. His heart raced as he read the subject line, "We'd like to schedule an interview with you." Alex's excitement turned into nervousness. An interview? Already? He thought. He wasn't sure if he was ready, but he knew this was his chance. He replied to the email immediately, confirming the time and date for the interview. It was scheduled for the following afternoon via video call. That day, Alex started preparing. He opened his notebook and wrote down potential questions the interviewer might ask, like, "Tell me about yourself," and "Why do you want this job?" He practiced his answers in front of the mirror, trying to sound confident but natural. He also researched the company. He learned about their recent projects, their mission, and their team. The more he read, the more excited he felt about the possibility of working there. "This is a company I'd love to be part of," he said to himself. And the day of the interview arrived. Alex woke up early to get ready. He dressed professionally, a crisp white shirt and a navy blue blazer. Even though the interview was online, he wanted to make a good impression. He set up his laptop on a clean desk and checked the lighting in the room. Everything looked perfect. At 2 p.m., the video call began. The interviewer, a friendly woman named Karen, greeted Alex with a smile. "Hi, Alex. Thank you for applying for the marketing assistant position," she said. "Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview," Alex replied, trying to hide his nerves. The first few questions were simple. "Can you tell me about yourself?" and "Why are you interested in this job?" Alex answered with confidence, explaining his passion for marketing and how his previous experience made him a good fit for the role. Then came a tougher question. "Can you tell me about a time you faced a challenge and how you handled it?" Alex took a deep breath. He thought about the campaign he had worked on at his last job and explained how he had to come up with creative solutions to meet a tight deadline. Karen nodded, looking impressed. As the interview continued, Alex started to feel more comfortable. By the end, Karen said, "Thank you, Alex. We'll review your application and let you know our decision soon. Do you have any questions for me?" Alex asked a few thoughtful questions about the company's goals and team dynamics, which Karen seemed to appreciate. When the call ended, Alex leaned back in his chair and let out a deep breath. "I did it," he said, smiling. For the rest of the day, Alex felt proud of himself. Even if he didn't get the job, he had taken an important step forward. He had prepared, tried his best, and gained valuable experience. As he lay in bed that night, he thought about all the possibilities ahead. "This is just the beginning," he said to himself. "I'll keep going." Alex's journey of job hunting shows us that taking the first step is always the hardest, but it can lead to new opportunities and personal growth. What about you? Are you looking for a job or working toward a big goal? Share your story in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more relatable stories and English listening practice. Improve your English speaking and build confidence with our daily life-inspired stories. Let's make learning English fun and easy together. Stay tuned for the next story.